Vietnam is a Southeast Asian nation renowned for its distinctive outline on the world map. This unique feature has made Vietnam an iconic symbol, often referred to as the shaped country. Geographically, Vietnam shares borders with China to the north and with Laos and Cambodia to the west. Its eastern and southern sides are embraced by the East Sea, a central hub for some of the world's most vital maritime and trade routes. Because of its strategic location, Vietnam has historically been a target for major empires including China, France, Japan, and the United States. Despite its modest area of approximately 332,000 square kilometers, comparable to the U.S. state of New Mexico, Vietnam boasts an incredibly diverse and complex terrain. Three-quarters of the country's land is covered by hills and mountains, the most notable being Phan Xipang Peak, the highest mountain in Southeast Asia. The landscape also features vast forests, majestic plateaus, fertile plains, and a remarkable coastline stretching over 3,000 kilometers. Along this coast lie numerous stunning beaches and bays, including Ha Long Bay, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and Mai Kay Beach, celebrated as one of the most beautiful beaches in the world. Although relatively small in size, Vietnam ranks among the top 15 most populous countries globally and holds the third position in Southeast Asia, surpassed only by Indonesia and the Philippines. Furthermore, Vietnam is a multi-ethnic nation home to 54 recognized ethnic groups. Each group has its own distinct language, traditional attire, customs, practices, and festivals. For example, the Thai people are known for their characteristic stilt houses, typically built from wood and bamboo, with high platforms to avoid dampness and wild animals, while also providing shelter for livestock. Similarly, the Cham people are famous for their traditional buffalo stabbing festival. The official language of Vietnam is Vietnamese, which is often ranked among the most challenging languages in the world, right up there with Japanese, Arabic, and Chinese. One reason for this is its 6 distinct tones. Changing the pitch of a single word can completely alter its meaning. Another challenge lies in its complex system of address. While many languages simply use you or I, Vietnamese uses specific terms like uncle, aunt, younger brother, or older sister depending on age, relationship, and level of respect. Number 2, Vietnamese women at 30 are considered leftover. Vietnamese women are often admired for their gentle beauty, delicate facial features, small noses, deep black eyes, and petite, well-proportioned figures that naturally inspire a protective instinct. Their beauty and personality also vary by region. Northern women are typically known for refined elegance and sharp features. Fashion-wise, they favor simple yet sophisticated styles. Central Vietnamese women are considered tender and graceful, while Southern women are known for being open-minded and friendly, shaped by the cultural influences of Chinese and French communities. They are not only beautiful but also talented. According to Forbes data in 2024, Vietnam had the highest percentage of female business leaders in Southeast Asia, 40%. This means that out of every 10 businesses, nearly half are led by women, many of whom are pioneering in technology, finance, education, and healthcare. However, traditional mindsets still put pressure on them. In the past, Vietnamese society expected women to prioritize family, speak softly, behave gently, and always put their husband and children first. Even if a woman is a CEO or holds a high-ranking position, she is still often expected to cook and do housework. Surveys show that Vietnamese women spend an average of more than 5 hours a day on household chores, making them, in a way, all-around athletes juggling multiple demanding roles. There is also the long-standing belief that women should marry young. Many approaching the age of 30 are considered leftover and urged by their families to find a husband. In recent years, however, Vietnamese women's views on love and marriage have shifted significantly. They no longer follow outdated expectations, choosing instead to live according to their own desires. More are staying single or marrying later to focus on careers and personal happiness. Instead of believing that loving someone automatically means marriage, they've become more open-minded. Dating apps like Tinder and Date Now, as well as social media, are growing in popularity for finding relationships. Would you like to meet a beautiful Vietnamese woman? If yes, leave a comment with the number 2 and we'll share some useful tips with you. Number 3, the world's most expensive civet coffee. Vietnam is currently the world's second largest coffee exporter, just after Brazil. Each year it exports around 1.7 million tons of coffee, mostly Robusta beans. These are favored worldwide for their bold, strong flavor and high caffeine content, making them ideal for instant coffee and espresso. Almost every tourist visiting Vietnam buys coffee either as a gift or for personal enjoyment because of its rich taste. Among its unique coffee products is civet coffee, more politely known as weasel coffee. As the name suggests, this coffee is made by feeding premium Robusta beans to civets. The beans undergo a natural fermentation process in the animal's digestive systems before being excreted. The beans are then collected, thoroughly cleaned, roasted, and ground. This process is believed to produce a rich, smooth flavor with a sweet aftertaste and unique aroma, without bitterness. Despite its unusual production method, civet coffee is highly prized internationally, often sold in luxury outlets or in limited quantities. Its price is among the highest in the world, with 1 kilogram ranging from several hundred to over $1,000 depending on quality. In addition to producing coffee in a way unlike any other, Vietnamese people also have many interesting ways of brewing it. Among them, drip filter coffee is one of the most iconic methods in Vietnam. This method produces a rich, bold flavor and is typically served with sweetened condensed milk. It is a popular drink found everywhere, from humble street stalls to upscale cafes. Besides traditional drip coffee, Vietnam is also known for many other creative coffee variations. Egg coffee is a specialty of Hanoi, made from egg yolks, condensed milk, and hot coffee, forming a smooth, sweet, creamy layer. Coconut coffee combines black coffee with coconut cream and is popular in tourist cities like Ho Chi Minh City and Nha Trang, offering a refreshing experience. Iced milk coffee, made from black coffee and condensed milk served over ice, is a southern favorite, delivering a sweet and bold flavor. Lastly, iced brown coffee, also made with black coffee and condensed milk, is widely enjoyed in the mornings for its strong yet easy-to-drink taste. Number 4. Motorbikes are the national vehicle. Vietnam is truly a kingdom of motorbikes, with around 75 million registered across the country. This means that almost every adult in Vietnam owns one. In major cities like Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh City, motorbikes account for nearly 90% of all vehicles on the road. Because of this, you can easily spot them in every corner of the streets. So the first reason motorbikes have become so popular in Vietnam is their low cost and fuel efficiency. The average annual income per person in Vietnam is only about $4,000, while the price of a new car can reach $10,000 or even more. With this level of income, owning a car is just out of reach for most people, making motorbikes the optimal choice. Besides affordability, the second reason for their popularity is the convenience and flexibility they offer. Vietnamese streets are full of narrow alleys and small lanes where cars simply cannot go, while motorbikes can easily weave through every street and corner. Motorbikes are also incredibly versatile. People can carry just about anything on them, from refrigerators and washing machines to potted plants or even live pigs and chickens. Whether it's bulky goods or unusual items, Vietnamese motorbikes can somehow adapt to take on the task with ease. Because there are just so many motorbikes, along with cars and other vehicles, traffic in Vietnam becomes extremely chaotic during rush hours. The sight of tightly packed vehicles leaving no space to move has become a nightmare for many tourists. But interestingly, despite appearing chaotic, the traffic system in Vietnam actually runs quite smoothly. Vietnam is even among the countries with the lowest traffic accident rates in the region. This has led many foreigners to wonder if Vietnamese people have some kind of telepathic ability when it comes to navigating traffic. Besides motorbikes and basic public transportation, Vietnam also has a unique type of vehicle not commonly found in other countries, the sleeper bus. These buses look like regular coaches from the outside, but are equipped with comfortable beds, cool air conditioning, movie screens, and free Wi-Fi, much like an airplane. Ticket prices are also very affordable, ranging from $8 to $16 depending on the route. This is the top choice for backpackers traveling across Vietnam, as passengers can enjoy a restful sleep and wake up at their destination without having to endure hours of cramped seating. Number 5, Vietnamese people are very superstitious. Vietnamese people have a deep connection with superstitious beliefs, and honestly, this is clearly reflected in many aspects of daily life. A common example is the presence of the God of Wealth altar in households or business offices. This is a small altar placed on the floor, usually near the entrance, used to worship the deity of wealth and prosperity. People regularly burn incense and offer gifts each month to pray for good business, abundant fortune, and thriving sales. Similarly, when it comes to choosing dates and times, Vietnamese people pay special attention to finding auspicious ones. Major events such as weddings, store openings, or other important activities must be carefully scheduled to select dates that match the age and zodiac of the host or key participants. The belief is that without choosing the right date and time, things may not go smoothly or could even bring misfortune. These decisions are not based on science, but mainly on spiritual and feng shui elements such as star influences or conflicting energies. Another example of strong belief in luck is the choice of numbers when buying phone SIM cards or property. In Vietnamese culture, certain numbers carry symbolic meanings. For instance, the number 4 is considered unlucky because it sounds like the word death in Vietnamese. As a result, people often avoid houses or apartment floors with the number 4. If unavoidable, those units are usually sold at lower prices. Likewise, SIM cards containing the number 4 are less popular compared to those with the number 9. In Chinese culture, the number 9 symbolizes eternity and prosperity, and this belief also influences Vietnam. Therefore, SIM cards with strings of 9s are sold at much higher prices, while a regular SIM card might cost just a few dollars. A lucky number SIM can cost hundreds simply because the buyer believes it will bring good fortune. This belief in superstition even extends to daily choices such as naming children. Many Vietnamese parents, when choosing a name for their child, not only consider its meaning but also take into account feng shui and numerology. A name may be chosen because it matches the parent's zodiac signs and is believed to bring luck to the child in life, studies, and career. Do you think these rituals really bring good results? Comment number 4 if you don't believe in them, or comment number 5 if you think they truly work. In Vietnam, sidewalk barbershops have become a typical and common sight, especially when walking around big cities like Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City. These barbershops don't need signs or storefronts. The barber only needs a chair, a mirror hung on a wall, and a basic set of tools to start working. Usually, barbers rent a small space on the sidewalk from local residents to use as a fixed spot. Others prefer to move around frequently to find areas with more customers. These shops mainly offer simple haircuts for men. Naturally, there are no shampooing or hair dyeing services due to limited space and conditions. Instead, they often provide basic extras like shaving or ear cleaning. Even though the environment may be noisy and far from luxurious, the low cost, no appointment needed, and the ability to stop by at any time make this an ideal option for people with moderate incomes. Vietnamese people also have a peculiar habit of wearing thick jackets in the summer, even when temperatures reach 35 to 40 degrees Celsius. Some even cover themselves from head to toe without exposing any skin to the sunlight. Many foreigners are surprised and wonder why people dress so heavily in such hot weather. The reason is that Vietnamese people are highly concerned about protecting their skin from sun damage and harmful UV rays. Strong sunlight, especially during summer, can cause skin aging and serious health problems. That's why wearing jackets, sun protection clothing, or even face masks has become part of the culture of health protection. It gets even more interesting when you see people wearing sun protection outfits at the beach instead of bikinis or regular swimsuits. While the beach is usually a place to relax and enjoy the sunshine, for some Vietnamese, protecting their skin from the harsh sun remains the top priority. They choose fully covered outfits that shield every part of the body from sunlight. Another surprise for international visitors is the ability to buy medicine without a prescription. In Vietnam, pharmacies don't require a doctor's note, and people can easily purchase medicine for colds, coughs, headaches, or even antibiotics. Pharmacists here are well trained and can effectively give advice and recommend medicine for minor illnesses. This helps people save a lot of time and money compared to the lengthy medical procedures often seen in Western countries. In the northern mountainous regions of Vietnam, there is a marriage tradition often misunderstood, known as wife kidnapping. Although the name sounds forced, it is actually a way for couples to express love and commitment. When a man and woman have gotten to know each other well and both agree to marry, the man will kidnap the woman and bring her to his house as an informal proposal to her family. If the woman agrees to stay and both families consent, the wedding will be arranged. Most importantly, the woman is free to leave at any time if she does not wish to continue, and no one can force her to stay. Another example of cultural difference in marriage rituals is found among the Red Dao people. Their weddings can last several days and include a series of traditional ceremonies such as singing, dancing, escorting the bride, and ancestor worship. These rituals are often so elaborate that even guests can feel overwhelmed. What's most fascinating is that in Red Dao society, it is the woman who proposes to the man. After marriage, the groom moves in with the bride's family, and all family property is usually managed by the wife's side. Children take the mother's last name, reflecting a clear matriarchal culture where the wife makes all major household decisions. For example, the Tay and Lolo people practice feeding the dead. Each spoon of rice and every dish is brought near the mouth of the departed as if they were still present. Similarly, the Hani people carve wooden statues to represent the deceased. The whole family will sit and talk with the statue, even inviting the ancestor to join meals. This creates a space where separation seems non-existent, showing love and timeless spiritual connection. To add to this rich cultural picture, we must mention the Kotu people in the northern mountains. They have an extraordinary funeral tradition known as the grave leaving ceremony. This is not a regular burial, but a grand ritual held years after a person's death, meant to completely send their soul to the ancestral world. During the ceremony, the family exhumes the grave, cleans the remains, and places them into a new ceramic jar. The ritual lasts for days and includes dances, songs, and lavish offerings, drawing participation from the entire community. It is not only a way for the Kotu to show filial piety, but also an affirmation of the life-death cycle and their deep spiritual beliefs. One of the most iconic symbols of southern Vietnam is the floating market. Unlike traditional land-based markets, all buying and selling activities here take place directly on the water. Every early morning, hundreds of wooden boats loaded with vegetables, fruits, seafood, and even breakfast food gather in the middle of the river, creating a bustling and unique scene. Because goods are displayed on boats, it's hard to know what each vendor is selling from afar. That's why every boat usually hangs a long pole with samples of the goods they offer. For example, hanging corn signals they're selling corn, and hanging pineapples means they're selling pineapples. Thanks to this pole system, buyers can easily identify what each boat offers without needing to come close or ask. It's a clever and efficient solution for trading on vast waterways, helping business flow smoothly. In contrast to the vibrant floating markets in the south, northern Vietnam has a mysterious market known as the Yinyang Market. Yin refers to the world of the dead, and Yang represents the world of the living. This name reflects a deep belief that the market is a place where the two worlds can meet and interact. People come here not just to buy and sell, but also to seek blessings, ward off misfortune, and show respect to their ancestors and departed loved ones. What makes this market truly special is that it opens only once a year, on the night of the 4th and early morning of the 5th day of the Lunar New Year. Held on an open field near an ancient shrine, the entire market takes place in darkness, lit only by flickering candles, creating an eerie, ghostly atmosphere. The goods sold are highly symbolic: incense, candles, joss paper, and traditional foods used in ancestral worship such as salt, rice, liquor, and fruit. One item almost everyone buys is black chicken. It is considered a symbol of mystery and spirituality. Locals believe that buying black chicken from this market, using it in rituals, and sharing the meat with family can help dispel bad luck and bring prosperity for the year. Another unique feature of the market is its unwritten rule: no bargaining and no counting money. Buyers don't negotiate prices and sellers don't check payments. All transactions happen quickly in the dark, reflecting trust and a focus on spiritual sincerity rather than profit. Nightlife in Vietnam has its own unique vibe, vibrant, diverse, and catering to all preferences, from modern entertainment to traditional cultural experiences. One highlight is the night market, always buzzing with hundreds of stalls selling everything from clothes and unique souvenirs to countless street food dishes. Visitors can easily find local specialties and enjoy distinctive flavors in a colorful, lively atmosphere. For those seeking a modern, open-air experience, rooftop bars are the perfect choice. From above, you can take in panoramic city views, enjoy a variety of drinks, and immerse yourself in upbeat music. Nightclubs are also thriving, especially in major cities, attracting young crowds with stylish interiors and trendy DJs. Vietnam's nightlife has much to offer. However, the most iconic part of the nightlife lies in its more rustic experiences. Fresh beer, or bia hoi, is an essential element of nighttime life here. Sidewalk beer joints with simple plastic tables and chairs serve freshly brewed beer at affordable prices, creating a relaxed and authentic space where locals and tourists alike gather to chat and unwind. Alongside this, riverside cafes and pedestrian streets offer a more romantic and peaceful setting, ideal for relaxing and taking in the scenery. Karaoke is another incredibly popular form of entertainment. From casual spots to upscale singing lounges, karaoke is the top choice for gatherings of friends and families, where everyone can freely express their passion for singing. While exploring the nightlife, there are a few tips to keep your trip safe and enjoyable. Vietnam is generally a safe country, but if you're visiting crowded areas, it's important to keep an eye on your belongings. If you're heading back late at night, it's best to use reliable ride-hailing apps like Grab or Bee to avoid being overcharged. Vietnam is full of mysterious and strange locations, from eerie abandoned buildings to enigmatic caves yet to be fully explored. One of the most intriguing spots is the Hinh Hotel in Hyong. Once a popular destination for international businessmen, the hotel entered a bizarre phase between 2007 and 2012 when a foreign company rented 3 entire floors, but no one ever stayed there. Although contracts, payments, and interior decoration proceeded as usual, the floors remained silent. The windows were never opened, lights stayed on all night, and hotel staff were forbidden from entering the locked rooms. After the contract ended, all the furniture was removed overnight without any notice or trace. This unexplained story fuels speculation that the hotel was used for some secret ritual no one dares to reveal. Similarly, the villa at 300 Kim Ma Street in Hanoi has been abandoned for 30 years. Despite its prime location, no one dares to live there long-term. Renovation projects, including plans for homestays or offices, were all canceled after just a few nights. The sole security guard said he often heard strange noises at night but was too afraid to investigate. Some believe the villa was built on cursed land where dark events once took place, causing all demolition attempts to fail mysteriously. One of Vietnam's most mysterious natural wonders is Sun Dung Cave, known as the largest cave in the world discovered by humans. Located in the Phong Nha Bang area, the cave stretches up to 9 kilometers long with ceilings reaching 200 meters high. Sun Dung is not only a geographical marvel but also a separate world with a unique ecosystem where species have evolved in isolation from the outside world. Inside the cave are towering stalagmites up to 80 meters tall, formed over millions of years, creating a magical and mystical space. That's why Sun Dung is called Vietnam's gift to explorers. However, visiting Sun Dung is not easy, as Vietnam aims to preserve its pristine beauty with minimal human impact. Only a limited number of tourists are allowed each year, with a costly fee of around $3,000. Even if you can afford it, access is challenging due to the cave's difficult terrain, requiring visitors to be physically fit. Starting a journey to discover Vietnam's beauty, one cannot miss Ha Long Bay. With over 1,600 limestone islands and islets scattered across emerald waters, Ha Long Bay is recognized by UNESCO as a World Natural Heritage Site. Visitors can enjoy cruising through the islands, exploring mysterious caves, or kayaking to admire nature's majesty up close. The poetic and magical scenery of the bay, especially at sunrise or sunset, will surely leave an unforgettable impression. Moving northward, Sa Pa appears like a watercolor painting with its majestic terraced rice fields. Nestled in the midst of the Hoang Lien Son mountain range, Sa Pa attracts travelers with its cool climate year-round and the pristine beauty of its forests and mountains. You can immerse yourself in the life of ethnic minorities such as the Hmong and Dao people by trekking across villages and discovering their unique cultures. It is also the gateway to conquering Phan Xipang, the roof of Indochina, where you can witness the sea of clouds and panoramic mountain views. Heading to central Vietnam, Da Nang stands out with its long beaches and the unique Dragon Bridge. This city perfectly blends natural beauty with dynamic development. Nearby is Hoi An, a well-preserved ancient town famous for its lantern-lit streets, historic houses, and the romantic Hoi River. Hoi An enchants visitors not only with its architecture but also with diverse cuisine and a nostalgic cultural atmosphere. Finally, one cannot overlook the beauty of Phu Quoc, the Pearl Island of the South, with smooth, white sandy beaches like Bai Sao, clear turquoise waters, and a rich marine ecosystem. Phu Quoc is a paradise for relaxation and water activities. You can snorkel to see coral reefs, unwind on the beach, or enjoy fresh seafood at bustling night markets. It offers a high-class yet nature-close holiday experience. Vietnam is famous as an Asian culinary paradise with countless delicious dishes. First, there's pho, considered the soul of Vietnamese cuisine. Its charm lies in the clear, sweet, and rich broth simmered for hours from bones and secret spices. Soft rice noodles combined with thin slices of beef or chicken, fresh herbs, lime, and chili create a delicate, balanced flavor perfect for any meal. Next up is banh mi, a brilliant fusion of the French baguette and Vietnamese flavors. The crusty exterior and soft, airy inside of the bread hold fillings like cold cuts, pâté, pork, sausage, or grilled meat, paired with fresh vegetables, pickles, and special sauces. Simple yet perfectly balanced, banh mi is a must-have for a quick breakfast or lunch. We can't forget com tam, a signature dish from southern Vietnam. Broken rice grains are served with fragrant grilled pork ribs, egg meatloaf, shredded pork skin, and cucumber. Drenched in sweet and sour fish sauce, it creates a harmonious and appetizing combination. One dish that, really leaves a strong impression is bailout, which is a fertilized duck egg that's boiled and eaten with Vietnamese coriander, salt, pepper, and a squeeze of lime. Its appearance might intimidate a lot of diners, but it's actually believed to be super nutritious, boosting vitality and keeping the body warm. Then there's tiet can, which is honestly a real challenge for those brave enough to try what many call Vietnam's creepiest cuisine. This dish is made from fresh animal blood mixed with fish sauce, lime, and roasted peanuts, creating this thick jelly-like texture that's often served with fresh herbs. It's popular in a bunch of regions, but it's also kind of controversial because of the health risks from the raw ingredients. Still, in some areas, it remains an essential dish during festive celebrations. Finally, probably the most daring of all is duong dua. Those are coconut worm larvae from the Mekong Delta. These larvae actually live inside coconut trunks and can be fried, grilled, or even eaten raw with fish sauce. They're rich, chewy, and fatty, and a lot of people consider them a nutritious delicacy. But yeah, for first-timers, biting into a wriggling larva can be quite a shock. So which dish impresses you the most? Would you dare to try balut or maybe even a wriggling coconut worm? Tet Nguyen Dan, also known as the Lunar New Year, is the most important festival in Vietnamese culture. It's a time when families reunite, honor their ancestors, and wish for a peaceful, prosperous year ahead. Before Tet, people clean and decorate their homes with peach blossoms, apricot flowers, kumquat trees, and red couplets. Traditional dishes like bánh chưng, bánh tét, and pickled onions are carefully prepared. During Tet, families perform the solemn Chào Tua ceremony to bid farewell to the old year and welcome the new one. People visit relatives and friends, exchange lucky red envelopes called Li Shi, and share heartfelt wishes. Everywhere you go, you'll see lion dances, dragon dances, and traditional folk games, creating a joyful and warm atmosphere that strengthens family and community bonds. From the 1st to the 3rd lunar months in Hanoi, the Hoang Pagoda Festival takes place. It is one of the largest Buddhist pilgrimages in northern Vietnam. Thousands of pilgrims and visitors gather to pray for health, peace, and good fortune. The journey to the Hoang complex often begins with a gentle boat ride along the scenic Yen Stream, surrounded by majestic limestone mountains and lush greenery. Upon reaching the shore, visitors either hike or take a cable car to sacred temples and caves, such as Hoang Tich Cave and Thien Tru Pagoda. This festival is not only a time for devotion, but also a chance to admire breathtaking landscapes and immerse yourself in spiritual and cultural traditions. The Hung King's Temple Festival, also known as Gio Tu Hung Vuong, is held every year on the 10th day of the 3rd lunar month at the Hung Temple Historic Site in Phu Tho Province. This festival really reflects the Vietnamese philosophy of remembering the source when drinking water, which is all about paying tribute to the founding kings of the nation. It features solemn rituals like incense offerings at the upper temple where the Hung kings are worshipped, along with vibrant cultural performances such as xone singing, bronze drum beating, lion dances, and folk games. These activities attract large crowds and create an amazing atmosphere. Cities such as Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh City actually offer quite reasonable living costs. A one-bedroom apartment in the city center usually rents for somewhere between $400 and $800 per month. If you decide to live a bit farther from the center, prices can drop to as low as $250 to $500. Utility bills, including electricity, water, gas, and internet, usually stay under $100 per month. And when it comes to food, Vietnam is truly a paradise for food lovers. For just $1 to $2, you can enjoy famous street dishes like a steaming bowl of pho, flavorful grilled pork noodles, or a hearty plate of broken rice. If you prefer cooking at home, a budget of about $25 per week is enough to buy fresh vegetables, meat, and fish from local markets or supermarkets. Daily transportation costs are also very affordable. Popular ride-hailing services like Grab, Bee, or taxis usually charge only $3 to $5 for trips of 5 to 10 kilometers. Public buses cost less than 50 cents per ride. Many foreigners also choose to rent motorbikes for about $50 per month, which really allows for more flexible travel around busy cities. Beyond the basic expenses, other services are reasonably priced as well. Gym memberships range from $15 to $50 per month, depending on the facility. Laundry services are charged by weight, typically around $1 to $2 per kilogram. Even healthcare services like dental checkups are well developed and affordable, starting at just $10 per visit, helping you maintain your health without worrying about high costs. With a budget of around $700 to $900 per month, you can enjoy a comfortable lifestyle in Vietnam, covering food, transportation, exercise, and entertainment. This is honestly why more and more foreigners are choosing Vietnam as their long-term home. Number 15. Important tips for traveling in Vietnam. Vietnam is a wonderful destination with a rich culture, diverse cuisine, and stunning landscapes. However, to make sure your trip goes smoothly and becomes truly memorable, here are some important tips to keep in mind. First, prepare your documents and visa. Most international visitors need a visa to enter Vietnam, except for citizens from certain countries with short-term visa exemptions. You can apply for an e-visa online for about $25 or opt for a visa on arrival if you fly into Vietnam and have a pre-approval letter. Second, consider transportation. Motorbikes are the most popular mode of transport in Vietnam, but traffic can be crowded and honestly a bit complex, especially in big cities. If you're not familiar with riding, it's safer and more convenient to use ride-hailing apps like Grab or Bee. Traditional taxis are also a good option. Just choose reputable companies like My Linh or Vinasun. Third, respect the culture and customs. Vietnamese people are friendly and hospitable. When visiting sacred places such as temples or pagodas, dress modestly and respectfully. It's customary to remove your shoes before entering worship areas. Using simple Vietnamese greetings like Xin Chào for hello and Cam On for thank you will be warmly appreciated. Bargaining is common in traditional markets, but always do it politely and with a smile. Fourth, pay attention to food and health. Vietnamese street food is world famous, but to ensure food safety, choose busy and clean-looking eateries. Bottled water is the safest choice, and you should avoid ice from unknown sources. If you have a sensitive stomach, be cautious with overly spicy or unfamiliar dishes. Always carry basic medications like stomach remedies or cold medicine. Finally, regarding money and payments, the currency in Vietnam is the Vietnamese dong. It's best to exchange money at banks or reputable exchange shops for better rates. Cash is still widely used, especially at small markets and street food stalls. Credit cards are accepted at hotels, larger restaurants, and shopping malls. By following these tips, you'll have a safe and fulfilling trip while discovering the beauty and warmth of Vietnam and its people. You've just learned 15 surprising facts about Vietnam, a small country full of fascinating stories. Did any of these facts surprise you, or do you know something unique that we didn't mention? Share your thoughts and stories in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, or if it sparked your curiosity about the world, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming adventures.